Good news daw sabi ng ilan dahil kinasuhan na pala si Senator Risa Hontiveros. Matapos ang sunod-sunod na kontrobersya, opisyal na ngang isinampa ang kaso laban sa senadora at ayon sa source, may kalalagyan ka ngayon, Risa. Inilabas na impormasyon mula sa prosecution, isinampa ang kaso ukol sa umano'y misuse of witness testimonies, falsification of public narrative at posibleng paglabag sa anti-graft law. Ito raw ay bunga ng mga aleksasyong nagsasabing scripted at bayat ang ilang testigong iniharap sa mga Senate hearing. Kung may ebidensya ng manipulation at misuse of authority, tiyak na may pananagutan ng opisyal kahit sino pa siya. Matagal nang binantaan si Risa ng mga kritiko pero ngayon, hindi na lang salita kundi legal action na ang kalaban niya. Kabilang din sa iniimbestigasan ay ang mga paggamit umano ng confidential funds at kung saan napupunta ang ilang undisclosed allocation. Wala pang opisyal na pahayag sa Senator Risa sa pagkakakaso pero ayon sa kanyang tagapagsalita, politically motivated daw ito. Ngunit ang taong bayan, tila may iisang tanong, kung walang kasalanan, bakit tila takot sa investigasyon? Abangan ang mga susunod pang balita sa mainit at nagbabagang mga isyong ito.
Dito kay Risa Hontiveros. Dito muna tayo kay Boying Remulla. Pinapainit ho ngayon ito sa social mainstream media itong itong ombudsman bid nitong si Boying Remulla.
Gusto mag-apply bilang ombudsman ni Justice Secretary Boying Remulla. Target niyang palitan na magre-retirong si Samuel Martires na tinalaga ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ano ba ang implikasyon nito? Live mula sa TV5 Media Center, nangunguna sa balita si News 5 Justice Correspondent Camille Samonte. Camille, una sa lahat, bakit daw gusto maging ombudsman ni Secretary Remulla?
Hindi naniniwala si Remulla na marami pa siyang magagawa bilang ombudsman at malawak nga kasi ang kapangyarihan ng isang ombudsman. Hahawakan nito ang lahat ng reklamo laban sa mga opisyal at kawani ng gobyerno, mapakriminal man o administratibo. Pwede siyang
Ang problema ko kasi dito mga kababayan, meron hong reklamong inihain diyan sa ombudsman na kung saan kasama ho itong si Boying Remulla. Pag nagkataon, paano niya iimbestigahan ang sarili niya? Paano niya iimbestigahan yung mga taong dumukot kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte? Gayong isa siya doon sa mga pinapaimbestigahan nitong si Amy Marcos. 'Di ba? Hindi ho siya pwede maging sa bagay, no? Kung usapang delikadesa, kung kasi meron delikadesa yan si Boying, hindi niya gagawin yan. Nakakahiyaw yan. Kilala siya bilang aso ni Marcos Jr. Kilala siya bilang isang attack dog na kahit anong gustong mangyari nitong si Bangag, gagawin niya lahat, no? Kahit na kesyo, first impression, di ba? Wala pang nangyari sa ating ganito, kaya ito ginawa namin, kaya hindi nyo kami pwedeng sisihin. Ganun yung nila, ganun yung palusot nila dito kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Pero ang ano ho dito, hindi ho sila makakalusot doon sa mga punto bakit hindi muna dinala sa local courts itong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Kumbaga, hindi, judgment call na namin yun eh. Kasi ganito nangyayari, case of first impression to eh. Ganun yung ano nila, 'di ba? Yung datingan nila. Pero tingnan mo natin. Pagka si Marcos Jr. ginawa niyang ombudsman, yung Boying Remulla na yan, nako, malaki ang problema ng Pilipinas, yun ang sigurado natin.
sa reklamo at pwede ring motopropyo o sa sariling pusa. Ombudsman din ang nag-iimbestiga sa katiwalian sa gobyerno at nagsasampa ng kaso kung may sapat na basihan, kaya rin niyang iutos ang pagtanggal, pagsuspinde at pag-demote sa mga kawani ng gobyerno. Posibleng palitan ni Remulla si Ombudsman Samuel Martires.
Isipin nyo na lang ho mga kababayan, ombudsman yan, maya't maya, kakasuhan, iimbestigahan, ikaw pulong, itong si Mayor Baste, si VP Sara, siyempre yung anong tawag dito, yung isinampang, yung ibinigay na report ng committee dyan sa House of Representatives dito sa ombudsman, inaksyonan ng ombudsman, pero kung yan si Bonjing ang nandyan, nako, malamang sa malamang hindi niya basta-basta action na yan. Hihintayin niya muna yung mangyayaring hearing dyan sa impeachment court para makapangalap ng ebidensya ika nga.
Na magre-retiro sa July 27. 7 years ang fixed term ng ombudsman at kung sakali, uupo sa pwesto si Remulla hanggang 2032. Narito ang pahayag ni Secretary Remulla.
Mag-a-apply pa lang ako. I'm submitting my application.
Grabe ang kapal ng mukha ni Boying Remulla, no? Yung tipong, apply ako. Kitang-kita na ho yung ganito bang klaseng ombudsman ng papalit kay Martires. Di ba? Kay Samuel Martires. Sana naman, no? Yung sa mga ano dyan, i-interview o di ba yung ibibigay na shortlist kay Marcos Jr. Hindi naman ho sana kasali ang pangalan ng anak ng Tokwa.
Before Friday. Bakit, sir? Wala. I think that I have a lot to offer there.
At Camille, ano kaya ang posible epekto nito sa mga kasong pwedeng harapin ni Vice President Sara Duterte kaugnay ng confidential funds?
Sige, mag-a-apply pa lang naman si
Power play ho talaga no. Pag naging ombudsman itong si Boying Remulla, talagang susuyurin niya yung mga dapat suyurin para hindi makatakbo, hindi maging presidente itong si VP Sara sa 2028. Pag nagkataon ho kasi, pag naging presidente si VP Sara, naku, may kalalagyan niya mga yan. Yun nung taga nyo sa bato, kahit hindi sinasabi ni VP Sara, kahit maraming problema na dapat solusyonan, itong problema na to, itong problema kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, ano ho yan, di ba, ngayon taon yan. Kung sasabihin nila na wag mo nang anuhin yung mga ng kidnap kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, focus muna tayo sa mga problema natin sa 2028. Halimbawa, 2028 ngayon, ganun yung bibida nila. Hayaan mo na yan. Focus tayo sa problema. Anong focus? Yung problemang ginawa nitong grupo na to, grupo nitong si Bangag, matindi-tinding problema ang ginawa nila. Kaya kung meron tayong unang aayusin, yung problemang ginawa ng administrasyon ni Marcos Jr. At yun ang pagdukot kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at pagpapadala dyan sa The Hague, Netherlands.
Secretary Remulla sa Judicial and Bar Council, kaya spekulatibo, hindi pa natin masabi sa ngayon yung magiging epekto nito kay VP Sara, pero hindi mapagkakaila na makapangyarihang posisyon ang ombudsman. Itong nakaraang linggo, nagsumite na si VP Sara ng kanyang counter affidavit sa ombudsman kaugnay sa questionable umanong paggastos sa confidential funds. Kasunod nga yan ng rekomendasyon ng House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability na sapahan siya ng patong-patong na reklamo.
At kamakailan nagsampa ng reklamo Center IMI laban kay Remulla sa ombudsman kaugnay sa pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte. May epekto kaya ito sa application ni Remulla?
Sige, naniniwala si Remulla na hindi makaka-apekto sa kanyang aplikasyon ang inihaing reklamo ni Senadora Amy kaugnay ng pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa International Criminal Court. Ang Judicial Bar and Council din daw ang pwedeng sumuri kung makaka-apekto ang naturang reklamo.
At itong plano ni Secretary Remulla, alam na ba ng Pangulo?
Yes, Gigi, naiparating na raw ni Remulla kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ang kanyang plano at in fact, mayroon na nga rin daw siyang mga pangalan na pwedeng irekomenda na pumalit sa kanya sa Department of Justice. Gigi?
Yan ang ulat ni Camille Samonte live.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, tayo ay babantayan ho natin yan kung sinong itatalaga nitong si Bangag bilang kapalit nitong si Samuel Martires. Pero ang atin ho dito mga kababayan, kung sakaling pinili niya si Boying Remulla, desperado na ho talaga ang administrasyon na talagang litsunin itong si VP Sara at hindi makatakbo sa 2028 presidential election. Yun ang ating nakikita dito. Kung talagang kung talagang ang tawag dito, pipili ka ng ombudsman, dapat una sa lahat hindi yung politiko, no? Hindi yung pwedeng madaan sa pakiusapan kagaya nitong si Martires, hindi pwedeng idaan sa pakiusapan. No, kung si Boying Remulla politiko yan dapat lagi may kompromiso, merong kapalit, hindi pwedeng maging ombudsman yang si Boying Remulla. Pagka naging ombudsman siguro hindi na magtataka yung ating mga kababayan dahil bangag nga presidente 'di ba? Lahat ng kawirduhan kayang gawin ng ating presidente sa totoo lang. Di ba? Hindi pa papasukin ng ICC. Anak ng tokop, kinuha pa si Tatay Digong. O, ayaw sa impeachment. Ano, umpisa na ho ng impeachment trial ni Bibi Sara. Walang yan. O, tuloy natin. Kaya na tayo.
Congressman Jing.
Hi, good morning, Karen. Good morning
Jing
to
Paras tayo.
all our viewers and magandang araw po sa inyo lahat.
Let's start with this controversial video. How were you able to get a hold of this video from alias Rene?
Well, I did not have anything to do with this. I was just, observing the, going the rounds in the social media.
So you only saw it po sa social media?
Sa social media, and of course, my good friend, former BACC, legal counsel or legal advisor, kasama ko rin, si Ferdy Topacio, was very emphatic about this. And he was saying that there's a pattern of this kind of behavior, perpetuated by Senator Hontiveros in trying to bribe witnesses for her purposes,
When you say a
testify.
pattern, Congressman Jing, ano yung pattern na yun? Back in 2019, there was also a witness, a Bicoy,
Yes.
who later recanted and claimed he was manipulated by Senator Sonny Trillanes and Senator Risa Ontiveros. And then in
Yes.
2021, you also have this Jaime Vegas who filed a complaint with the ombudsman and alleged that Senator Risa bribed VJ Almira, who was a witness in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee
Farmally,
hearing
I
on
think, yeah.
Farmally.
Well,
So-
as early as, I can only speak directly as far as my personal experience on Senator Hontiveros, should I say, attempt or she had done about, trying to make witnesses be her pawns in her fight against other politicians, other people. My personal experience is, as a matter of fact, I filed a criminal case against her for trying to, well, I should say, kidnap the witnesses. There were 3 young people who were supposed to have witnessed the killing of Kian de los Santos, purposely to come up with, allegations against then President Duterte in his war on drugs. So I was then, together with Attorney Topacio, we were, I was not with government at the time. I was legal advisor of Volunteer Against Crime and Corruption. And one instance was that the father of these 3 children, one 9, I think one is 13, 9, and I think 6.
So all
By-
minors.
All minors. The father, who was just got out from jail, and it seems that the mother was an OFW. So these children were part of the witnesses in the investigation concerning the Kian de los Santos murder, And right after the investigation, parang kinupkup ni Senator Risa itong mga bata. So yung tatay, the father, came to the BACC and she said that she needs help to locate her children or his children and try to find out who was the one keeping them. So Dante Jimenez then was the president and he told us, pare, tulungan nyo naman kami. and I was with Attorney Topacio. So we helped the father, and we requested the CIDG to be involved. There was a representative from CIDG then who went along with us. We were able to discover that the children were kept by hontiveros in her office in the Senate because she took custody of them right after a hearing conducted in the Senate. So when we went there, we wanted to see face-to-face hontiveros. A certain attorney Mendoza, or Karen or Kristen Mendoza, said that, no, the senator is busy. But we don't have the children anymore. We have turned them over to Abad, David, Bishop David of Caloocan. So there was we discovered that there was a connivance between hontiveros and David, because when we went to Caloocan, the children were there. But David did not want to turn over the children. In fact, because the father was very overwhelmed in seeing the children, he stayed behind. Then they started manipulating the father. So that's the end of the story. They were able to convince the father not to. But
What did they convince the father to do?
Just to have the children stay put. Because our thinking then was they wanted to use the children against PRRD.
Were they able to do that?
They were not able to do that, I think, in the end. But we who were who were very concerned about this thing, we thought that we should file a case against hontiveros for.
When did you file that case?
This happened in 2017, a long time ago.
Okay, and the
2017
allegation
po pala yan.
was for what offense?
It was kidnapping of minors under the revised penal code, and also obstruction of justice, because the PAO and the DOJ was looking for these children to be their witnesses, because at the time they wanted to be serious in persecuting the perpetrators of the murder of Kian.
So what are you saying here? That the children were taken so that they could not testify in that case of Kian?
Ang thinking namin, Karen, was that they'll try to mold the children to testify that the war on drugs is really not serious, but it is more of an EJK, extrajudicial.
But where are you getting that theory? That they were going to try to mold the children to testify against.
Because during
war
the
on drugs?
hearing, hontiveros was already questioning the war on drugs. And it was timely that she needed people to testify that the war on drugs of President Duterte was not really to capture these drug traffickers and so on and so on, but rather it was more on a violation of human rights.
But since those children never got to testify against the war on drugs, does your theory still hold that they were kidnapped and then they attempted to manipulate
because
them?
they have continued. In fact, this has ripened into investigation. This team of Trillanes, De Lima, hontiveros, and this certain father, a father from Ateneo. They were the ones who continued in, as Attorney Topacio said, that he was, privy to other, manipulation of witnesses to testify.
Sorry, who was privy to the other types of manipulation?
Attorney Topacio, he was a witness to, personal witness that hontiveros was trying to manipulate a witness who turned around, who recanted their testimony.
Are you talking about yung back in 2021? Yung dun sa farm
But you know, there's really a pattern itong ginagawa ni hontiveros, because as early as I think the impeachment of Chief Justice Corona, there was already a testimony during the course of Senator Miriam Santiago's interpellation of the witnesses. There was one witness who revealed that when Senator Miriam says, where did you get all these documents, that you are using? And these are all hearsay. And the witness says, well, ma'am, it was turned over to us by Senator, he was not yet a senator at the time, by Mrs. Hontiveros. So, if you look at all of these things, there seems to be the attitude of, trying to subvert the truth by using witnesses who are perjured.
Well, since you're talking about there seems to be a pattern, what was your reaction when alias Rene came out recanting his prior testimony?
Well, to my mind, it's just one of those things. But she always got away with it, because at the time I filed a case against her, it was then, I think, Ombudsman Conchita Morales. And of course, tao ni Noynoy yan eh. Hontiveros and Noynoy were like this. As early as during the time of GMA, we were in the opposition. We were together against GMA, and including former President Aquino, and they got very close. So I even suspect that her winning the senatorial candidacy was a manipulation of the COMELEC, upon the orders of President Aquino. That's why later on, I filed an impeachment case against Andres Bautista, and he was forced to resign instead of endorsing the Senate, endorsing to the Senate the impeachment articles. So these are all, interrelated. That's
so
why
right now you filed a complaint also against Senator Risa Hontiveros before the Office of the Ombudsman. What is the content of that
that
complaint?
was, there was another incident, by the way, because during the course of the hearing, Justice Secretary Vit Aguirre, because we're good friends, and we were trying to investigate, discuss certain possible cases against Hontiveros. We were texting. I didn't know that at the time that we were texting, Justice Aguirre was in the Senate answering queries, in the course of the hearing. I was texting him. A photographer, I think, maybe ordered by Hontiveros to take pictures of, a very powerful camera of our conversation. Then later on, she delivered a privileged speech that we were plotting against her. So that was one of the cases also I filed.
What case did you file?
Wiretapping.
Anti-wiretapping. Does that apply
anti-wiretapping.
because it's an old law, anti-wiretapping? Normally, it's if you use a device to hear people's conversations. But would taking a picture of
it's part of it,
conversation be
because
part of it?
it does not say only conversation, but it's also say any data or if you secure a data unauthorized.
What about
using
Data
devices.
Privacy Act? Does that not apply?
Well, the more reason that we will file a case. But in that particular case, we will just file wiretapping.
So when you filed that anti-wiretapping
Sabay yun doon sa, sinabay ko doon sa kidnapping of minor, obstruction of justice.
So this was back in
2017.
2017. Ano na nangyari dun sa dalawang case na yun?
That's
The
why
kidnapping
I
and-
felt bad because until now, I have not even received any
Nako.
response from the ombudsman. What happened to that case? Maybe it was manipulated because at that time it was Carpio Morales.
Ay, tama, si Conchita Carpio Morales ang ombudsman noon, no? Tapos pinalitan itong si Martires. Sa tingin nun natin na kung ngayon yung trabahuin yan, maaano na yan, mabibigyan na ng linaw yan dahil sa mga bagong development, sa mga pinagsalita ni Risa diyan sa Senado. Tapos kalaunan, nagkalitaw-litaw, di umano binayaran niya. Oh.
Pinila yun. Then later on,
But we had 6 years under President
yes,
Duterte. Bakit
and
walang nangyari?
that's why I said in my blog, and I addressed it to Ombudsman Martires, and I said, ito si Martires, sabi ko, he was already an associate justice, and he was eager to become ombudsman, but he's not doing anything about this case. So now, if he's listening to us, maybe I would again appeal to in his dying days of his being an
term.
ombudsman.
Yeah,
Because,
patapos na ang
o
term
baka
ni-
naman in the light of all this social media revelation about this hontiveros doing all these things for so many years, then it's about time that a pending case should be really
Finally acted upon.
acted upon.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I also said in my podcast that this thing about bribing witnesses, being a senator, should be investigated by the Committee on Ethics. And here I call upon my good friends in the Senate, especially Robin Hood Padilla, who's a do-nothing senator. It's about time he should prove that he loves President Duterte so much. I challenge him to file this ethics committee case and against hontiveros for perpetuating this, or Bato or Bongo. I call upon them to file cases against hontiveros. This is so much. For so many years, he's doing this, allegedly. So, it's
Can't a
about time.
private citizen file with the
Yes,
Senate Ethics
yes,
Committee?
yes.
Why don't you take that initiative
We'll,
para hindi naman maging opposition versus, well, I suppose during...
But I think that's the duty of every senator.
Oh, pero baka hindi na magkabahid politika because they're seen to be on opposing sides.
Any senator for that matter. I only appeal to these guys because alam naman nila talagang binubugbog si Presidente Duterte nitong hontiveros even during the hearing. So it's about time that they should also do their part, They became senator, they became somebody because Duterte made them. So it's about time that they should give him in return.
Si alias Rene po ba,
Actually, hindi yun ang hindi yun yung ang tawag dito, yun yung punto doon dahil ginawa silang senador ni Tatay Digong, sumikat sila dahil kay Tatay Digong. Gagawin ng mga senador na kaalyado ni Tatay Digong yun dahil yun ang tama, hindi sa kung ano pa mang kadahilanan. Kasi kahit na si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang magsalita, ayaw ho niya ng mga ganong klaseng magpapapogi, kaysa ginawa kitang ganito, gumalaw ka para sa akin. Di ba? Pagkakausap niya yung mga kaalyado niya dyan sa Senado, ano lang lagi niya sinasabi? Basta gawin niyo kung ano yung tama. Kaya tayo ay naniniwala kung nandyan man si Tatay Digong, hindi man yan kahit na siguro sa closed door, di niya sasabihin na ganito gawin nyo, ganyan gawin nyo. Gawin nyo kung ano yung tama. At yung ethics complaint na isasampa sa ethics committee, kung yun ang tama, kung sakaling isampa yan ng mga senador na nakalinya kay Tatay Digong, hindi ho nating masasabi na ano yan na masyadong bias. Magsasamba ng ethics complaint sa ethics committee dahil yun ang tama. Tapos.
Nakausap nyo at any point?
No,
Were you
hindi po.
able- Never?
Hindi po namin, hindi po. I think it's Attorney Torion. I heard Attorney Torion had a chance, but it makes me wonder why witnesses have turned the tide. But alam mo,
But kung nakakausap po, let's for example, say si Attorney Torion, who's the lawyer of Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, was able to talk to alias Rene, paano naman na malalaman ng publiko na hindi naman ito issue
No,
na coerce
ano ko lang
naman
yun,
si alias Rene?
nabasa ko lang yun.
Oo.
I cannot say for sure that happened and how this alias Rene came into being and has revealed all these things. This must be a proper case for investigation in the Senate.
Yeah.
Huh? And goes along the ethics, ethics case if it's proven that it is true what this alias Rene is saying, that he was bribed 500,000, then later on another 500,000, total of 1 million.
Yeah. I was wondering as well, sino yung tumulong kay alias Rene na mag-take nitong video because obviously he's not taking a selfie. Someone took his video.
Well,
So,
anybody can,
Yeah.
like us, we can ask one of them to take video of us, maybe his relative or his friend.
Yeah.
So, I would not have much information about that, except that it has gone to the mill in the social media.
So for you and Attorney Topacio, are you planning to file any additional case against Senator Risa based on this recent event?
We'll discuss that. No, right now there's no such move yet, but it's more of our appeal to the members of the Senate to clean up. To clean up the Senate of scalawags like this, for so long, according to Miriam, according to the Farmally, according to the other incidents, there's a pattern. And, that guy, in fairness to Kibuloy, he is in jail. Because of the well-publicized, hearing that he is a rapist, that is, it's so unfair to him that one of the witnesses used in accusing him is in fact a fake witness. Someone that is being just, bribed to malign Pastor Kibuloy. And others who were victims of this kind of manipulation. Hindi po tama to, hindi po, and coming from a senator, allegedly. Di ba napaka masahol naman para sa taong bayan na isang senador pwede palang gumawa nito para lang to perpetuate, to become, and even to have even an ambition to run for president in 2028. Baka makalusot pa yan, tapos ganun pala ang ugali.